Hey guys, in this video, I am sharing with you my update on my July project pan, so let's get into it. So of course, let's first start with the primer. This is the Max Factor Face Finity Primer. This is an original part of my project pan, and I have made a ton of progress this month. I haven't really worn a lot of makeup this month, but the reason why I've made a lot of progress on this primer is because I have been applying this using a brush and a sponge, and you know that if I use a brush or a sponge for a primer, it soaks up more product. That's why I've made a lot of progress on this primer. And then the other primer in this project pan is this L'Oreal True Match Sugar Cream. Last update, I was able to squeeze out this much air, so it was on this level, and then now I was able to squeeze out even more air, and I am currently sitting in this level. And for foundation, I have two as well, and I haven't really worn a lot of makeup, and that's why I don't have a lot of progress in each foundation. And that's because I have been focusing more on using up another foundation that is not part of this project pan, and it is this L'Oreal True Match foundation in G5. This is in G4, which is the perfect shade for me, but it's a bit more golden than my neutral undertone, and then this one is the perfect undertone for me, but it's a bit darker for my skin color. So I have been focusing more on this one because I am already almost out of this. That's why I have been just forcing myself to use this up, and perhaps just give me 2 weeks of use and I'll be able to empty this. And so that is why I haven't really worn these two foundation that much. For my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, I am on this level right now. And yes, I have used up a lot, but I'm still not close to emptying this one. But what I have emptied this month is this Revlon Color Stay Powder Foundation. And this is now how it looks. It's completely empty because I've used this quite a lot, and again, I'm oily, so this is empty, and I'm glad that this is finally empty and out of my collection because this is the wrong undertone for me, and it's not really a good fitting for my skin type, which is acne-prone skin. Then as for my Rimmel bronzer, I don't really see that much difference. I have used this a lot actually, but for some reason there's not much progress compared to the other picture, to the last picture in June. So yes, but rest assured I have been using this. Perhaps it's because there's just too much product on the edges, that's why there's really not a large increase in the pan size. And then for my LA Girl concealer that I use for cream contour, I have used this, but this is super dark and it's multiple shades darker than my skin tone. That's why I only use a couple of swipes to contour my whole face. That's why even though I have used this, there's not much difference for me to gauge or to even mark it up because you can't see that much progress. But I have used this. It's just that I haven't used it enough for it to show some progress. And then for my lip liner, I have finally been able to use this as much as possible. I can't sharpen this anymore. It's too small, and I am going to consider this empty. Then as for my eyeshadow, I have made a lot of progress on my Estee Lauder quad. And again, I've just been focusing on this brown shade. It's what I'm wearing on my lids today, and I finally hit pan on the sides. And I was also able to thin out the rest of the product on the other side. I can probably finish this next month, but I'm not sure if I will, just because I don't really just focus on one eyeshadow in a long period of time. But there's gradual progress on this quad. And finally, this is my Carly Bible eyeshadow palette. As you can see, I have been able to completely empty this highlighter as well as this setting powder, and this one in this brown shade, there's still some product left, but I'm just going to consider this empty. And on my previous project pan update, I told you guys that once I empty these 3 shades, I'm just going to consider this palette empty because I just don't really like this palette all that much. So since I have been able to hit my goal on these 3 shades, even though there's still some product left in this dark brown shade, I'm just going to consider this empty. And apart from that, I have already hit a lot of pan on this 1, 2, 3, on these 4 shades, and then this pan, this big pan right here, it's a new pan. There was no pan on my last update. That's why this is, even though I haven't been able to finish this brown shade, I was able to hit pan on another shade, so I think that's okay. And I've also made a lot of dent in this on this highlighter and on these 2 bronzy shades. So this is done, even though it's not completely empty. I'm just going to consider this empty because the shadows that and highlighter that I like in this palette is gone and empty. Since I am out of my lip pencil, I'm going to add another one, and this is the BYS lip pencil in First Kiss. This is what it looks like. It's pinky and lilac at the same time, so I'm going to include this as a replacement for my lip liner. And then another addition in this project pan, since I already ran out of my Carly Bible palette, I'm going to include this BH Cosmetics Illuminate palette. And the reason why I'm including this is because I just want to get rid of all of my BH Cosmetics palette. I like the quality, but it's just not the best. And ever since I got my Colourpop palettes, I prefer those shadows than this one, so I want to get rid of this. And I've already hit major pan on this highlighter because I do like this highlighter. It's even better than the ones in the Carly Bible palette, but since I already emptied this one with some products just on the edges, I'm just going to consider this done. And these powders, these eyeshadows are all super powdery and it's just too messy to use. And the only shadow in here that I really want to empty is this Cabo one. This is just the perfect setting eyeshadow for my skin color, so I will try to use the rest of the shadows in this pan, but my only goal for including this in my project pan is to empty completely this Cabo shade. So that's it guys for this quick update. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and yeah, that is it. I'll see you on my next video. Bye!